Hello. Hi. Let's snuggle up to the fire, shall we? It's October 2nd, I think it is. Lower this down just a little bit. Get a better view. Today's the 2nd, I think, or the 3rd, maybe. And I found a place nice and warm, and so I actually have myself a drink tonight, and got myself a blonde ale. That's a little too low. So Yumiko and I spent a good part of the day today moving. So moving, like I said in yesterday's video, we're moving to accommodate our daughter's return. Emily's coming back. Move this over here. Hi, Lordy Sias. Good evening, Colonel. Hope you're doing good. I am, thank you. I'm just trying to get myself positioned. It's a little hot, actually. Maybe if I do it like this. Oh, I can move the camera instead, right? I am doing good. It was a good day, busy day. Got a lot done. We mostly moved our patio stuff, and then Yumiko and I went to IKEA. And I've been having, I think I've mentioned before. Oh, hello, Maddie. Nice to see you. I may have to move. This is really hot by the fire. Yumiko and I are, she's trying to help me. I've been having lots of, like I've mentioned before, I don't mean to make these complaint videos, but I've been having trouble with my elbows and my knee joints. My one right eye is going out, and also I've had severe back pain too. And I think that the back pain, maybe all of it, is related to how much time I spend sitting at the computer. Literally, I get up these days, and I wake up in the morning at about 5:50, take the dogs for a walk, have some breakfast, and sit down. And my first meeting is at 7:30 in the morning, and I just go meetings. I mean, meetings all day long until 5:30, 6:30 at night. And I think that all that time sitting is really doing it to me. I do get out and take the dogs out for walks several times a day, which helps to break it up, but it may not be enough. So it was before I would break things up with commuting and just getting out of the house. There's none of that now. I do exercise. I walk a lot, and I swim every day. So I think I am getting a lot of exercise. But anyway, so we were at IKEA looking for a Yumiko suggested I get a what do you call it? Standing desk, right? One of the types that goes up and down. You can push the button. And I actually had settled for one that was a crank type. It made Yumiko laugh. She watched Emily trying to do that, cranking it, and the disc is barely moving along. And while we were there last week, we got the desk top, but they didn't have the feet. So they told us if we came back this week, we could probably get that. Yeah, it is. Yumiko would laugh watching Emily do that. Actually, I wasn't there. They were shopping there together, and they found it. And they sent me the info. Peace be upon me. Thank you, Cloud S. I appreciate that. Peace be upon you. So we bought the top. I decided to get the type, but they didn't have the legs. So we went back to get the legs this week. But they were supposed to arrive. This is the IKEA here in Orange County. They were supposed to arrive today, but the truck hadn't gotten there yet, so we missed it. On our way out, literally with hands empty, we didn't get anything. Yumiko said, it was just Yumiko and I. Yumiko said, let's go over to the as-is section and have a look. So we went over, and sure enough, what do you know? There was a really nice standing desk that was on sale for $90 off. So normally about $480, and we got it for $390, I think it was, or something like that. 4 something and 3 something. You get it, $90 off. And the reason it was for sale, it would have been the floor model. And this is one of the electric types, so none of this. So we got it, and manhandled that thing into our Prius, Yumiko's Prius, and got it on home and got it set up, and it looks great. And I'm very excited about this. This is set up in our new apartment. I get the window seat. in the room, and it's in our new apartment is such that it doesn't have direct sunlight coming in the windows anymore. You know, the direct sunlight here in California can be pretty intense. So I'll be able to stay at the window and not have to part the curtains. But now I can go up and down as needed. And what's more is that I also discovered that I can be, former display models can be a good way to go. Yeah, definitely, Lordy Circus. Hello, Reese. Hi, good to see you. Thanks for the email. So we did that, and I also found out Yumiko was horrified when I discovered this, because it happened to be that right next to the display piece at IKEA was the same recliner that she had bought. Not really a recliner, more like a wing-back chair, you know, a nice reading chair that she had bought. I tell her that she bought it for me. Pardon me, but she says no. But she and Emily tend to sit on the sofa together. And I've long dreamed of having my own papa chair, right? So I tell her, oh, she got me a papa chair. Well, I think she did get it for me because she drugged me to IKEA and had me sit in it. She had me try it out, and then she picked the one that I liked. So that was sweet of her. Anyway, it was the standing chair. The standing desk was here, and right next to it was the same chair that she had bought, the wingback chair that she had bought me for the living room. And I discovered that if I lowered it down right there, I could sit in this wingback chair with the desk right here, all at my disposal. I was in seventh heaven. I was like, oh my gosh, this is how I'm going to work. I'm going to work in a recliner from now on. And when I'm on the Zoom meetings with people, they'll see me sitting here with my nice wingback sofa. And Yumiko's she's over my dead body. But she won't know because she'll be in at work, and I'll drag that chair into the bedroom and sit there and do that. So we'll see if I can get away with that. So by the way, I'm not at home tonight. I am across the street. I live right next to you can see, have a look. This is the Marriott Hotel, which is right across the street from where I live. I'll show you around a little bit. This is like their party area. Not a lot of people here because of COVID, so I'm taking advantage of that fact. There's the pool. They have a little live music. I literally live right across the street. There's little lights right there. There's a Starbucks in here too, so I come in here on Fridays when I'm my working Fridays. I'll come in here, and guess what? So here's one Marriott. This is Marriott, and as if one Marriott wasn't enough, there's another Marriott right next door, because you can never have too many Marriotts, I guess. That's the one over there is a Courtyard by Marriott, so that's like the more business travelers, and this is a nicer Marriott. This is where I come over and I do when I do the book reading sometimes. Yeah, Maddie, I think it is comfy. I haven't stayed here, of course. It's a nice place. I'm going to come over here more often. I come over here in the morning sometimes and do book readings. I do a book reading of Going Alone every month, although I missed the last 2 months. I just plumb forgot. So and I come here early in the morning at 6:30 a.m. I don't need to. Yumiko and I have come over. Somebody says, hey, Stephen Merchant, I love your TV shows with Ricky. Who's that? Blyst says, hey, softypapa, I need to go soon, but I want to thank you for your ban in Japan. I've been living here in Japan for 2 years now, and your videos really inspired me to take the leap. Outstanding, Blyst. I'm so happy to hear that. That's actually one of the things I'm going to talk about tonight. Sorry you have to go. Hopefully you can catch it later, because I want to talk to somebody. I want to address a question that I had from somebody who's afraid to do what you're doing. Maybe not afraid, but has reasons, maybe good reasons, not to do it. And I want to talk a little bit about the consequences of that. But congratulations. I'm really proud of you. If you don't, hope it doesn't sound condescending or patronizing, but I'm very proud of you and I'm impressed. Great. You're doing your great life adventure. Tezer says, hi, Kurt. Happy to catch you live for once. I've been following your journey for nearly a decade now. Really enjoyed the new content. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the long follow too. I'm glad to see you. Glad to see you here, Sir Benjamin. Good to see you, Kurt. And once more, say bye-bye, Blyst. I know you have to go. I'm really impressed. Sir Benjamin says, glad to see you. Good to see you, Kurt. Thank you very much, Sir Benjamin. Blyst says, yes, I will check it out for sure. Great. Blyce, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you. Hi. And then Maria Martina says hi. And Erica says hi. Hi, Martina. Hi, Erica. And of course, as always, if anyone wants a free copy of Going Alone, just send me an email. A lot of you are taking me up on that opportunity offer, and the list is growing. I'm going to have to get my shipments out. So as I kind of mentioned there, there is a reason for this a topic for this particular video. I have to pick my words carefully. It's very important to me not to disclose other people's lives or anything like that. When you send me an email, and if we talk via email, your privacy is very important to me. And usually I don't ever talk about anybody's anything without first asking if that's okay. And it's not the case this time, but I think I can do this in a roundabout way, it's not too personal. It's actually something that applies to just about everybody. So I think I can do it that way. But if it comes from an email that I received that I have read, but I haven't yet responded to. And Martina says, oh, I'm so happy to see you. Last time I saw you, you were going into the desert. I'm so happy to see you, so happy and having this good time. I'm so glad. I lift my cup to you. Thank you, Martina. Hopefully I'll be back in the desert soon. It's nearly that time, in October, November. Okay, here we go. I got an email maybe a week ago. I was doing this live like this, and one of you young people, I don't know if you're all young, but one of you that is young, I'm referring to 20 something, right? Wrote to me to talk about a few things, and I think also to get a copy of the book. And as always, I always kind of ask questions. I'm curious, right? Why, for example, I'm always curious. Why would any young person, why would somebody in their 20s care to talk to me, right? I mean, and Christopher says hi, Kurt, hi, chat, hi there. Me being a middle-aged guy that's middle-aged guy. Why? Because you're on the cusp of life. You've got all this stuff starting out, and I'm on the other end, right? Winding down, creaky joints and all, So I'm curious about that, because whatever it is, that might be interesting. If I'm doing something that connects with that people that are just starting out, and if it can be helpful in any way, which I want to be, that's why I wrote this book. That's why I put in that effort. Then so be it. I don't want to do that. I'd like to know so I can maybe do some good in the little time that I have left. So I ask questions. What is it about what I do that interests you, and what is it about your life that you want to do? What are you doing now? What is it that you want to do? And how are you facilitating that? And this particular person wrote back and said that they told me that they had some dreams, some places that they wanted to go. And I wrote back and said, well, what are you doing to make that happen? And the response basically was, well, I'm having a bit of a challenge because I could easily see how the world that I am in will hold me back, right? My family, the community, the precedent of life, everything that's wrapped up in being a part of this thing that I am. Maybe that's one of the ways I was lucky, because my family was kind of broken, and I didn't have that drag of precedent, right, holding me back, and I was able to go alone more easily because I didn't have any other choice. I was alone. So I want to talk about that for just a second. Namely, what if this person gives into that? Let's wait for this loud car to go past. Just a second. Hello. So, what if you do that? Okay, let's just imagine that. Well, let's just take it from the other perspective first. What if this person goes and does it, right? And actually heads out and says, I'm going to, let's choose Japan. I want to go to Japan. I want to go and live in Japan for a couple of years. I'm putting myself in that person's position, maybe coming from a safe, sane, sober environment, good parents, good family, good connection, maybe all the accoutrements that go with a good life. But they've got this itch inside and this dream of someplace else, and let's call it Japan. But as I hear so many times, but oh my gosh, what would you do? Who do you know? What happens if something happens? What if just all the what ifs, right? That come from all the people that don't do those types of things, or maybe have no interest in it, and the potential consequence of that. So that worry, and I've heard it over and over again, those around me that don't want me to do anything like that, take any risk. Hi there. Take any risk, take any chances, right? And I would say 9 out of 10, or maybe 19 out of 20 of the people that have contacted me over the years that want to do something in their life choose to not do it for that very reason, or a combination of other reasons as well. But I've heard that story so many times. When I was living in Japan, I would get email and messages, over and over again. And I can count probably on one hand the number of people that have actually done that. And sometimes they pop into these chats and I see their names. I won't start naming names because I'll forget. And those people that do that I'm very impressed by their courage. So let's talk about that. Let's say if you don't, let's say if you do it, okay? You just say, okay, everybody, I understand you're a little bit concerned. Japan's a foreign place. I remember when I first went to Japan. Hold on. Fast cars. This is gonna date me. When I was in your position, that same age range, I think it was 20 something, and I went to Japan for the first time. I remember one person came up to me very, this is going to date me, very, very worried and concerned. Oh my gosh, Kurt, well, okay, we understand that you're going to go, but please stay out of Tiananmen Square. Now, those of you who don't follow your history may not know. There they go again. Sir Benjamin, this area in Orange County is just full of people with supercars, right? So they're out, and the Spectrum is right over here. So they're out there racing around. They're usually not too bad, but they rev it up a little bit. So anyway, so I did that too. I had that experience. What about don't stay out of Tiananmen Square, which is of course another country. It's not even in Japan. If you follow your history, you remember the Tiananmen Square incident and that period of history. Anyway, so let's say you do it, and you quell. Okay, everybody, I understand your concern, but I'm gonna do this. I need to save up some money. I'm gonna go on for a season. Maybe I'll be gone for 3 months in spring, and I'll come back, or maybe I'll go for a year. Maybe you finished high school and finished college, and you got your degree, and you're gonna head off and work for a year. If you do that, I can guarantee you a couple of things. Assuming that your health is good, okay, let's put COVID aside, okay, let's just put it in normal circumstances, and Japan is the place. Assuming your health is good and no accidents happen along the way, you will certainly survive Japan, right? Japan will not kill you. I dare say that Japan is almost incapable of killing you unless you do something really dangerous or stupid, right? You will survive. And you will come back to wherever you are, to the warm embrace of your family and your community and all of your friends, with a wealth of experience, broadened horizons, a smile grinning from ear to ear, and some ups and some downs as well, of course. And you'll probably be thinking within short order, how do I get back? And even if you don't get back, even if you come back to you're safe and sane, and you then find a gal or a guy to settle down with and start a family and a home and a job and all that, you will carry with you for the rest of your life the adventure, and I call it in my book, the Great Life Adventure. You will have had a great life adventure, the great life adventure that you dreamed of, and you will carry that with you for the rest of your life. It will be a centerpiece of who you are. It will be something that you will build on, even if you never go back to Japan, even if you never travel anywhere else. It will be something that you will capitalize and build upon, and it will contribute to you to being an interesting person, if that's something that's worthwhile to you. You'll have stories to tell at cocktail parties. You'll have anecdotes. You'll be the person that when the conversation starts to lag a little bit at the family get-togethers, someone might say, "Hey, Jane or John, tell us about that time that you were in Tiananmen Square," right? Or wherever, right? And you'll relate that anecdote when you were at the shrine and you went and you tried to do the thing and they rang the bell and the waters and all that stuff, and it'll fascinate people. But most importantly, you will have done it. Whatever it is that's inside of you that's urging you to go out and do this thing, you will have made the effort to do it. And that will reward you for the rest of your life. Now, if you choose to go to a place like, I won't name any names, but I mean, if you choose to go to a place that's dangerous, like, well, I will say some places, like I got mugged in Kingston, Jamaica. I didn't belong there, right? I mean, so if you go someplace at gunpoint, right? So, or Banana Point, I don't know. Something pokey. You know, and nothing against Jamaica, just the fact it's what happened to me. And when the people I was there with found out what I had done, which was wander around downtown Kingston by myself, they told me that was not a good idea to do. So there are places where you can get hurt, right? Banana Point. Well, I'm not sure what he had. He came up behind me, a guy came up behind me, stuck something in my soft part right here and said, give me your wallet, man. And I gave him liberated him of my wallet. There's the story. I've got videos. I've told that story before. I don't know if he had a gun or a banana or if he was just happy to see me, but whatever. So let me answer a few questions and then I'll go back to the second half of this, which is what if you don't go, right? Okay. Well, there's a lot of comments here. Hi, Erica. Hi. Martina. Oh, I'm happy to see you. Going into the desert. I read that one. Thank you. How did the silver mine work out? What silver mine? Oh, hi, Kurt. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, Sir Benjamin. Christopher, hi, Kurt. Hi, chat. Okay, I think I'm caught up. This is fantastic. Glad to see you're doing well. Been watching you for 11 years now. Thank you, Spencer. Sir Benjamin, cheers for beers. There you go. This is Japan. Great to see you back to video making. I hope all is well in, well, Sakana-jin. Is that you, Sakana-jin? Oh, yeah, Sakana-jin. You are... Sakana-jin, are you at danger of putting you in the wrong light? Are you one of those? Aren't you one of those that went to Japan? I mean, I know you're in Japan, right? I know that. But didn't we talk before you went to Japan? Are you one of those handful? I think you are one of those handful that we talked before you went. Then you went, and look at you. You're still there, and you got a YouTube channel called This Is Japan. I don't want to take any. I'm not taking any credit for it. I'm just saying that you might be an example of someone who had the dream and realized the dream. And someone's at the website from Winnipeg. It's Fast and Furious, On the Road, Banana Point. The fire background is really comfy and nice choice for the topic. You just need some medieval clothes, a long beard, and it's like we're enacting some live action D&D session. Cool. Groovy says, ha ha ha. Reese says, moving to Japan, is it welcoming for a foreigner? I have a friend who has shared his experience. His story has filled me with some doubt as well. Bayswater, well, with two people from going to the website, one from Victoria, Bayswater. Reese, I'll answer that question in just a second, and then we'll go on to the second thing. Sir Benjamin, Jamaica, they say you always need a tour guide. Yeah, that's what I think that's the case. I think that's the case. I'll answer your question. Japan is like any place else. So, and someone from Shibuya, Japan. Wow, speaking of downtown, wow, welcome. Is that one of you? Is one of you in Shibuya? Is that you, Sakana-jin? Okay, am I going to have a good experience in Japan? You're going to have an experience. There's no guarantees. To highlight, if you are a considerate, reasonable person who knows how to mind their manners, who knows how to learn, who will bother to learn a bit about the culture and to understand etiquette of the Japanese people, and above all to learn to read the room, to follow your guests, follow your hosts, right? Even though you're the guest, you're going to be fine in Japan, absolutely fine. If you're loud, brash, focused on yourself, not considerate of others, you're going to have a terrible experience in Japan. Well, you probably won't have such a terrible experience, but the Japanese people around you are going to have a terrible experience with you, and they'll wish you hadn't come. So all I can say is that in general, and of course results vary. If you can be a little bit like the Japanese in terms of their selflessness, their focus on others, and the sensitivities to others, you're going to be just fine. And that you don't have to speak the language. It helps if you can speak a little bit, but even then, you'll be fine. Yeah. So let's finish the story. Let's talk about what if you don't go. Okay. So remember, we're telling the story of you're a young person in 19, 20, 21. Maybe you've finished college. There's a muscle car going. You can tell the difference between the supercars and the muscle cars, huh? So you're 19, 20, 21, something like that. You're going to go to Japan for a season, or you're going to go to Japan for a year, or maybe for longer, right? And the people around you are scared. They don't want you to leave. They don't want you to go. They don't want you to take a risk. They're frightened for all the things that kept them perhaps from doing whatever it was that they were interested in. Probably you're from a community where people don't do this type of thing. very often, because otherwise if they had, they would be encouraging you to do it as well, because they know the great benefits that come of that. Let's say you do it. Say you don't do it. That was what we did before, was you did it. You did it, you went, you came back. When you got back, tears were running down, mom's mascara was running. They were so happy to see you. They're never going to let you go, and that's okay if they don't let you go, because you got your adventure out of the way. Pardon me, good for you. Missy Domain says, "Hi Softy Papa, it's Missy Mommy. I changed my name though." Oh, Miss Mommy. Oh, cool. Welcome, I like your new name. Missy's Domain. Let's talk about if you don't go. If you don't go, you have to ask yourself, from whence does this desire come? From whence does your interest in going somewhere else? Where does this interest come from? Is it something that's a fleeting, passing thing? Was it a drunken whim over a night of drinks with friends, or something that someone suggested and sounded like a good idea? Or was it something that welled up from deep within and has been lingering for a while and pestering you and saying, I really want to go over, I really want this adventure. I really want to go, for example, to Japan. I really, really want to do this. I feel like I'm just, something inside me is compelling me to do this. That my life will be, if not complete, it will be rounded out in some way and tuned and finished in some way, right? Molded for the rest of your life. If you've got that kind of desire and it feels like that, and I think you know what it is when you feel that thing in your life, it's the same type of feeling that you have when you love somebody, right? And you really want to be with them, right? It's this compelling need. If that's the case, and that's how you feel about this dream and this adventure that you want to have, and you choose not to do it because the tribe is holding you back, precedent is holding you back. People like us don't do that type of thing. Oh my, that's so dangerous. What would happen if this? What would happen if that? You can imagine if you got hurt. All these things, if you give in to those things. Oh my, how can you possibly pay for it? Where would you come up with the money? And wouldn't you miss the chance to have that internship at IBM if you did this? I mean, I wish you'd rethink this. You've got your whole life ahead of you. Dangerous words. You've got your whole life ahead of you, because you don't. You really don't have your whole life ahead of you. So if that's the kind of thing it is and you give it up, my only caution, and again, results vary, human beings are different, but my experience from talking to people and from reading and from living my life is that those types of dreams don't die. They can be smothered. It's like taking a big pillow and putting it over the face of the dream. And if you push hard enough, long enough, it'll quiet down and maybe even stop mumbling for a little bit and groaning under the pillow. But eventually you're going to start hearing again. Whatever it is that was speaking to you in your youth will have a way of rustling around below the sheets, kind of making you a little upset, especially when life gets a little bit tough, because as life proceeds, it gets tough, right? Add a marriage, add a family, and a job, and a home, and all the responsibilities that come with that, and you find yourself wondering, what if I had just gone to Japan? Why didn't I take that chance? At least it'd be so much easier now if I'd had that dream, if I'd realized that dream. I'd like to put that question like Sakana-jin. Sakana-jin is one such person, right? I mean, Sakana-jin, I would love to get your feedback. I mean, I'm sure you've had ups and downs in Japan, but I would love to know how the experience has been so far. Texter says, I need to write an email, I think. I've gotten myself stuck in my adventure. It never goes the way you think it will. You've gotten yourself stuck in your adventure. How interesting. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that you're not in any danger. I'd be happy to write. Please do write to me, dinnerbytheriver@gmail.com. I don't know that I can help you extricate yourself from your situation, but at least I can be a sympathetic ear. So we do have to get to that point, and let's touch on it real quickly. That the thing you do, your friends and family may be right in their concern in holding you back. It may in fact be you may run into problems. You may get stuck. You may even suffer consequences and die. You may miss that chance for the internship at IBM and not find the career that you want, or that gal or guy that was waiting for you behind may choose not to wait and they'll go on and pick somebody else, and you might be alone So, I mean, there are risks associated with these things. But that's why the one principle in my book that I call the risk of avoiding risk. You may mitigate the immediate risks of the job and the gal or the guy and the risk of disappointing your family. But what's the deeper risk? You know, what's the deeper risk? And I think the deeper risk is that whatever it is, if you were so compelled at a young age to want to do this thing and you choose not to do it, you're never going to escape that. And what some people do is they'll just say, well, later, right? And like your mom or dad that are telling you, well, there'll be time for that later in life. And no, there isn't, because we become different people later in life. And that person, that young person you are now that might be willing to take risks and has a more open mind and just a cognitive capability to soak it all up, will be gone by the time you're my age. And it will disappear gradually as you get older, as you become a little more fearful, especially as you have more connections around you, more that you can lose. When you're young and fancy free and you're living out of your suitcase, so to speak, you can enjoy the up moments and survive the down moments with greater alacrity than you can do when you're older. In fact, when you're older, you won't tolerate that yourself. And getting to the point now. The point is that how do you want to end your life? Do you want to end your life having had that adventure that early on in life that tuned you to a new way of thinking, and then you got to capitalize on that and enjoy that throughout your life? Or do you want to wait until sometimes some safer distance in your life, and maybe until retirement, and then give it a try, and you're going to find you're not the man or woman that you were when you were young? And I don't think you'll find that the experience will be quite what you would have dreamed it would be. The adventure will not be the same. Even though you might tell yourself, well, that was a great trip to Japan. We went to all the shrines and we tried some of that great Japanese food, and boy, that Shinkansen was fast. Do you want to give up that other adventure? I'm going to leave it all up to you, right? I personally would not trade the folly of my youth and the risks that I took, at least the more reasonable risks, right, for the safety and security of middle age. I'm paying that price now, right? I'm all right. I have my health mostly, but I'm not as secure as I would be. If I had taken that other path, I would probably have a house that was paid for and a nice secure retirement. I'd probably be able to retire in a few years and enjoy a nice, I'd take off in a Winnebago with my wife, because Winnebagos are safe, right? And I'd take some nice guided tour holidays into Greece and Rome, and I'd see the sights in Paris and the like. But I wouldn't have Japan, and I wouldn't have the arm-in-arm experience with my wife of trading countries and trading lives over and over again. And I wouldn't trade that. That's to me that was the substance of my life to date. Let me read a few comments, and then I'll read a little from the book, and then we'll call it a night. So, text her, send me an email, dinnerbytheriver@gmail.com, and let's chat. Afia Amen says, will you be going back to Japan? I kind of hope so. I wouldn't mind, but not for a little while. I still got to get Emily through college, and want to secure my retirement a little better. Tezer says, no danger, just long-lasting complications. I will send you an email. Good, I'm glad you're not in danger. I will tell you this, Tezer, again, I don't know your situation, so it may not apply, but invariably, every worst situation that's happened to me in my life has turned out to be some of the most valuable stuff I've ever experienced. It's the hard moments that I remember the best. And I hope that will be the case for you, and that helped tune me. Hi, Kurt. Hi, Halika Food. Yezer Wolf. Hi, Kurt. Hello to you. Let's read a little bit from the book, and then call it. Although it's a little bit dark. How's the audio, by the way? I wonder if I can even read this by firelight. Okay, let's see. Oh, there it is right there. The Great Life Adventure. Why don't I read that one? Because that's the one I was just talking about, right? This is principle number 22. in my book, The Good Life, which you can get for free if you send me an email. I'd be happy to send you one. Okay, here we go. The Great Life Adventure. Let's see. I got to read it this way so I have the light. Embark when you are young upon the beckoning dream and adventure. Let it be the centerpiece and point of reference. Oh, good gosh, my eyes. Let's try this again. The Great Life Adventure. Embark when you are young upon that beckoning dream and adventure. Let it be the centerpiece and point of reference for the man or woman who you will become. Let the experience inform and guide your active philosophy, as well as the development of your living principles and standards. So in a nutshell, just simply saying that this adventure, this investment that you make in yourself at a young age will become a centerpiece and a crown jewel in the treasures of your life, a jewel that is intangible and you can never lose. I mean, okay, the experience that you're having right now, hold on, where is it? Okay, Tezer, the experience that you're having right now, I expect it, hopefully you'll get through it, but it will leave a very deep and lasting imprint upon you that will help build the stuff of maturity and the stuff of, dare I say, wisdom that will you will gain. You will get. You can't lose. Nothing can happen to take it away, save death or the corruption of your mind through something like disease. So, I think it may be good stuff. Hopefully, Darren says that feeling of regret from the "why didn't I do that" has been what's driving me lately to step out of my comfort zone and take those risks. Go for it, Darren. I mean, I try not to be ever say go left or right or do anything like that. But if that's what's happening, if you've got that "why didn't I do that," just I hope you just go for it. As long as it won't get you dead, right? I hope you do. Dennis says hello from Japan. Hope everyone is well. Thank you, Dennis. Well, nice to see someone from Japan. Bill Gorman, I know you. The Blaze, yes. Oni3 says, One3 says, if I do go to Japan, it'll be for 5 to 7 days, short enough to not be too draining of money, but long enough for at least enjoy essential stuff. Good for you. That sounds like a good plan. Holical Food says, hi Kurt, hi there. Oh, we said hi earlier. I missed those other comments before, sorry. Sorry if I missed comments. Oni3 says, I've been taking more leaps, albeit small, like working on projects. I helped make my own visual novel game with someone in 3 weeks. We plan on expanding on it. It's helped me to be more confident. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that you're doing that. And Ona says, there's an I. And Dennis Widows says, I went from being single in the UK and not doing much to meeting a Japanese woman in the UK and moving over here and having a child. Now I have a good job and a happy life, so don't be afraid of. I love your message. Dennis says, adds, don't be afraid of jumping in the deep end of the pool. There you go. Tezer, thanks Kurt. I hope that will be the case. Either way, it will be and has been a big learning experience. I'm glad. Well, all 25 of you, I'm going to sign off for now. Let me take a last drag of my beer. I'll leave you with how the joke that I said to the barman when I ordered this. I was asking him to read to me the type, or tell me about the draft beer that he had. And he said, well, we've got this, that, and the other thing, and then we've got this something or other, pale blonde. And I said, okay, that's the one. I said, shh, I'm married to a Japanese woman, but I'll take the blonde. He laughed. I said, don't tell anybody. So he laughed. And I meant that was the most innocent joke. I just couldn't resist the opportunity to tell, and I don't know why that joke never occurred to me before. Okay, last few comments. Thanks, Kurt. I hope that will be the, oh yeah, we read that one. I hope so too. Tezel, I hope to get your email. Ken says, hello, Kurt. Thanks for the show. It's very enjoyable. You're very welcome. Yazer Wolf, cheers to you, Kurt. We raised our glasses. You are the best. Oh, thank you. Christopher, ha ha ha. Natty, ha ha. I'll use that next time. Good. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great evening. Don't forget those dreams of yours, especially if you're young. And if you're old, why not? Give them a try anyway, right? What have you got to lose? Everything. it's all going to be over before we know it, and it looks like there's nothing to follow. So if life has no encore and no follow-up, this is not a dress rehearsal. There's no time to wait, and it's just going to get harder the longer you wait. So hey, that kind of has a rhyming element to it. So let's go out and give it a try. I wish you all the best, everybody. I'm going to sign off for now and go back to my Japanese wife, because even though I did like the pale blonde, it was nice. It was nice for a change. Nothing quite satisfies like the original from Japan. Okay. God, how hokey I am. Okay. Take care, everybody. Good night. Be safe, but not too safe.